'Cause yeah, Labs, how do you look through the whole deck? Because I know you've done that instead of putting them out.
Uh, I mean, yeah. I didn't think you wanted us to put them all out.
Yeah, no, but like, how do you do that? I can't remember how
Oh, right
to
click,
look at the.
search. Ooh.
Oh, okay. I'm good to go.
Sweet.
Oh man, have you seen like the craziness going on in the States?
Which one?
The fuel shortage and the government having to tell people not to
To
put fuel
panic
in
buy.
plastic bags.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are getting ready to start here. So let's get to it. So we'll go over the new ones, new kanji that we had from before, and we're gonna start. Oop, hit the wrong button there. We'll just start with this one here. And I'll make sure that the audience can see this too. So this one here is west. And right here written is Nishi, which is the direction west. But there are other words that that they use west for with that have sei and sai in it. Do you know like the story of the Monkey King in Japanese
Vaguely.
mythology? It's basically what Dragon Ball is based off of, like the original Dragon Ball. It's called Saiyuki in Japanese, the story of the Monkey King. And if you look here, you can see the sai right there. This character is used as the first character in Saiyuki, which is Journey to the West. All right, so we have a next one here. And this one is south. And it is Minami. So, like, the South Pole is called Nankyoku. So that's where this nan comes from there. The omyomi. Kunyomi is Minami. And here is to. And then there's also what is it?
Higashi.
Ho is also used in it as well. Is another one. So, or no, this is east. Sorry, never mind. I disregard what I just said there. I got the wrong. I got the kanji mixed up. It's my bad. This is higashi for east, and you use this for to. Is another one. So the region of Japan that I live in is in the northeast, so it's called Tohoku. But if you go to the train station, you need to go out the east exit, it'll be Higashiguchi. So let's grab the next one here. Oh, let me turn that around. And like I was saying before, this is Higashiguchi for the east entrance or east exit. So when you go to a station, you will see Higashiguchi. Kuchi is used for the physical mouth. And what is it? Gucci is also used for like the mouth of a river as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then ko, I've seen it a few times, but it's kind of a rare omyomi reading. All right. So you have what is it? Sorry.
OCD is no good at Tabletop Simulator.
Right. So you have here, this is day or da. So deiru, I think, is a word that we learned that means to exit. And then dasu means to like hand out. So when you hand out papers, you would use dasu, dashimasu. And then, what was it? So this shu here, like shu-san, is to give birth. So it's basically exit baby. And so with this here, this day and gucci, it means exit. So day gucci. So the exit entrance.
Okay.
So Deguchi. And there is another one. I don't know if we've learned it yet. Oh yeah, we have. So this one.
Foreigner.
No. So, funny thing with this here is that this is person. We need enter. It's the wrong one. I don't think we've learned that one yet. Basically, the lines are backwards. So it looks like this one here, but I don't know if you can see my mouse, but the line comes down here, and then another line back here like this. So it's kind of reversed.
Mm.
And it's a stroke order difference. You can tell the difference when looking at the kanji. I can probably draw it here. So it comes down. Oh. What just happened?
No. Oh wait, no, it's okay.
Okay, let me get a pen here.
We're right. We're right.
And draw this in real quick. Okay, so it comes down like this, and then like
All right,
that.
I get it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that. So this has, with this character in front of it, we learned this is Hairu to enter, but this gets a special saying. This is Ideguchi. So if you have it with just this card here like this, it's Deguchi. But if it's like this, it's Ideguchi. All right, hold on just a second. I need to restart this music here. There we go. Okay, and let's move on to our next one here. Haha. All right, so this is for north. You have Kita, which is the kunyomi, and you have Hoku. Ho is also used, but Hoku is more commonly used. And what's funny about this is if you look here, you have To Hoku. And that's the area of Japan that I live in. And if you use this here, and you are an anime fan, you'll know Hokuto no Ken, which is the Fist of the North Star. And this character is used for that. All right, now this one does not mean to drink, just so everybody knows. This actually means outside. So this is a misspelling that I forgot to fix, so please please understand. So this one is used for outside, or in terms of outside of a group, or literally the outside. So so you
Wait, that was a question, wasn't it?
yeah. So you
Yeah.
have like what is it for, like a foreign we'll just use the next one here, which is koku. So koku means country. So gai koku means a foreign country, so a country outside Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you use character for person, you have gai koku jin, which means a foreign person. And next we have sei here. And this is for birth, or for what was it when we say student or teacher. So we learned sen before, if I'm not mistaken. We did, or that's coming up on one of these next one here. So we have sen for sensei, for teacher, and it literally translates as a head birth. This is also, saki is also used here, And this is where you should be just a little bit careful. When you say sake and you mean the drink, that's actually pronounced sake.
Sake. Yeah.
And sake means like, so as an example, a commonly used phrase when you finish your work and you're about to head home is osaki shimasu. And what that means is I'm going ahead of you.
Yep.
Like, or I'm leaving before you. So, osaki shimasu. So we have other words we can use with this here. So we know this is onna, and sei here is omyomi, and we have jo here, which is onyomi. So if we put the two together, we get
sorry.
if you put this is the omyomi, and this is the omyomi. So when you put them
Josei.
together, you get josei,
Joseph.
which means what is it? Woman or girl? And because we can do this with women, we can also do it with men. And it's not otoko, because otoko is the omyomi. It is
What is that? So we're doing
Gansei.
That's right.
Sansei.
dansei.
Oh, Dansei. The
Mhm. Dansei.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll add this one here so that we can do
Kusei.
very good, very good. So you have gaku, and then you have sei. Mana here is the kunyomi for the verb manabu, which means learning, but it was really weird because there's two words for learning in Japan. One is narao, and the other one is manabu. And manabu is like learning out of a book, and narao is like kind of like learning through experience.
Do you
It-
spell the other one?
Pardon?
How do you spell? Was it na? Yeah. It got
Na
all mushed.
na da u.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's a different kanji. It's what is it? Na da u. Narao
Mm-hmm.
was the other one. But manabu is like book learning.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a word that we've learned, and this is gakusei, which means student.
Yeah.
And this is
That's a student in general, right?
Right.
It wasn't like high school student.
right. So if I were to go back to Aikido class, I would be gakusei.
Mm-hmm.
I would be Aikido no gakusei. But if we're talking about here we go. Let's we have this one here.
Naka.
So we need to use naka is the kunyomi, so we need to use the omyomi to put all of these together.
Okay, can you how do you know to do that? Like
Ki-
which one to use?
So
That's what I-
the best way to describe it in Japanese is usually when you have a cluster of kanji put together. Almost always it's going to be the omyomi. Sometimes it'll
And,
be the kunyomi, but almost always it'll be the omyomi.
And remind me, do you bold the onyomi or the kunyomi? I forget.
I'm bolding the omyomi.
So we'll be looking right here at Chuga.
So chu,
Gakuse, right?
very good. So if gakusei we already know means student, what do you
Is that
think?
like middle school student?
That is correct. So,
And I've forgotten what the word for high is.
well, here, let me write it out for you. So we have another one here, and it goes like this. And this one is chisai, or small.
Mm.
So shogakusei is
Lower school? There. It's not small school. It's like... Yeah, lower school? Is that what you would call it?
like elementary school or grammar
Yeah.
school or primary school
Yeah.
or
But
Primary
it's written out as like lower school.
right.
Yeah.
And then the kanji for high school,
It'd be like upper school or higher school.
right? Well, it's literally high school.
Hi.
Oh,
This
that
is takai, meaning big or high. So you have this is
one. Takase?
so this is so there's kosei, which is a little bit different, and the reason being is we haven't learned the other one yet for this one, but it's not kogakusei, but there's kosei, and
Mm.
the reason is because high school is not part of compulsory education in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
In
goes
Australia, you have to do up to year 10.
in Japan it's year 9.
Hmm.
And what was it? And that's where their junior high school ends. And then after this, we have our next one, which is oki, so the o in this one here. Dai and Tai are the omyomi, and o is the kunyomi. So this one would be
Daigaku.
Daigaku.
Or Daigakusei.
very good, daigakusei, which
Which
means
is university student.
very
right?
good, very good. And then there is another character that goes in between here that we haven't learned yet, but it's daigaku insei.
Mm.
Can you guess what that one is?
College student is the next one step.
Uh,
but I don't
dai-
think that's what it is.
Daigakusei
Yeah.
means college student. But there's
Dai-
another one in between here that's
Right.
daigaku insei.
Graduate student.
That is graduate school. It would be graduate school. Let me make sure I got the spelling or the stroke order for this correct. Give me just a second.
Mhm.
Okay. So it looks like this. Hold on. Yep. So you have Daigaku Insei, and that's graduate school. Or graduate school student. So if we just remove this out of here and we just have Daigaku In, that would mean
Graduate?
graduate school.
Oh, okay.
So this is graduate school student, and then that is graduate school. bit. Pull these up. All right. So now we have. Oh, this one also had a spelling error on it. It's supposed to be Foon and Boon, and I guess it just says Foo N instead.
I mean,
Yeah.
we get the point.
Yeah,
Foon, boon, and poon.
that's right. So you have so this
Keep
this
poon.
this can mean, what is it, like a part or a section? It can also mean a minute. So if we have and we'll be using boon for this one here. So you have
Han, boon.
Han boon, which means
Half
Wow.
minute,
Yeah.
or half.
it just it means something that's literally split in half.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So like if you wanted half an apple, you would say ringo no hanbun.
So it's like tied to an item.
Yes. Or it's either tied to an item or something that's literally like split entirely in half. Like a section like points given half and half, or something like that given half and half. This is basically 50%. So we have, oh, there we go. So we had hanbun. So now, if we add this to it,
Boon or
So-
Boon?
so it becomes this is going to be funny because we're going to do a little bit of counting. I think this actually might be a fun thing to do today. So you have ipun.
Mm,
So
1 minute.
Boon.
Is it Nipun or is it Nifun?
it's pun.
Boon.
Oh,
So
Nipun. Okay.
So a thing to remember here with this as well, and I'll use this as well because we've learned this one here, and we can use this one here. So this is for long and cylindrical objects. So you have hone, but because these are both in the H category, because they're in the H category, and you're starting with E hone, the way you say it, it's really difficult to say that quickly. Try and say it really quickly. Ihon.
Nihon.
Ihon.
Ihon.
But make sure that you stress that H sound, because you have to stress the H sound.
Ihon.
Right. So because of that, you say ipon.
Okay.
Pon.
Oh.
Right. So this one is the H for the ho, and this one is the H for the fu, because they're in the same group together. So this one would be ipun.
Okay.
So this is a counter for minutes. This is a counter for long and cylindrical objects, and I'm going to use hiragana here. And there is a counter for animals, which is called hiki. So because it is hiki, and this is H-based, how do you think you would count this?
Iki?
Pardon?
Iki? I don't know. That's
Okay, so we'll go back.
Ipiki.
Very good. Ipiki.
So I before H goes to IP.
Right. So you have Ipiki, Ipun, Ipon. Okay.
Okay, so
The,
if
the,
we're using 3 instead of 1, it would no longer be poon.
that is correct. If
Okay.
we're using 3, you
Yeah,
have
or sanban or
san
sabo or boon.
sanbun. This would become,
Sanbon.
and this would become.
Yeah. Sanbik.
Very good, fantastic. You're getting it.
Only question I have is, so it's like, would you actually write it the correct way, or is it just assumed? So like the first one, like would you write ihiki and then just say it ipiki, or you
Right.
just have to make sure you have the diacritic?
Or you mean for the Oh, I haven't erased that yet. I should probably erase that.
No. But if you were like to write out the word, would you just you just have to make sure it actually has
Yeah.
the correct diacritic.
Yeah, you
I
do.
just tried to do 4 in my head, and I'm Greek. Do I use yon or sheet for all of these? Most of the time, I think I use yon.
Yeah, you use yon.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm gonna mess with your heads.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna play with this. So I had said before, like saying the ihon is difficult to say quickly.
Mm.
So now we're going to take a look at number 6. So you have,
Roku.
which becomes ro.
Ro.
I don't know.
Robun.
I'm guessing.
Robun.
Robu.
It's not
Robun.
robun.
Is it
Rofun?
Ropun?
It's poon.
Why?
Oh, Ropun.
It's one of the things that they use in Japanese. I don't know.
Does it follow the rule for the rest of it, or is
Yes,
that
it
where-
does.
Okay, just making sure.
So this one here is,
Ropon.
and then
Ro. Beak. Or peaky. Ropeak.
Ropiki.
ropiki. Very good. So now
Achi. It uses the P sound as well, because Haboon, Hapun, Haboon doesn't sound, but you get the
Yep.
you get the P is what you want
Yep.
to link it together, because chisaiing the B sound into anything sounds right.
You're right. So this one is actually really funny because it depends on the local dialect that you're in, but both are correct. Hachi fun and hapun are both acceptable.
Sure. Wait. So it goes boon if you use the Hachi
Say
part.
Poon and Poon is good.
No, hachi is fun.
Boon. Okay, that's what I. Wait, what?
Hachi.
Hachi fun.
Okay.
Or hapun.
I mean, at least one of them has to be Foon.
Right.
Hachi Foon, so
What Hachimoto?
is that like Hapon?
Yep, hapon and then hapiki. Now, these 4 are going to be your main ones that are going to affect the ends on these. The other ones are going to be very easy because this is Nifun.
Okay.
This is
Nimoto. or no, ni hon.
Nihon.
Nihon.
Lavitz, can you move your hand on the? Very good. Now. So. You have Nihon, and you have. Oh, sorry.
Well.
No. Using Nimoto.
Nope. This is also
no.
Nihon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one's used for Nihon for Japan, and this is used for Nihon for two long cylindrical objects. But
So specific.
an alternative way to say Japan in Japanese, not just Nihon, is also Nippon. All right. So now we got those counters. And so which one do we use? Do we use shi or yon for this one?
Yon.
That's right. Yon
Yon.
fun.
Yep.
Yon hon. Yon hon.
Yon hon and
Yon.
Isn't it just as it is? Like
Yep.
yon hiki?
yon
Yon.
hiki. Very good.
So if it's fun, you just don't change it.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
You only change it for 1,
The other ones.
6, 3.
4. No, not 4.
8.
6, 1, 3, 6, and 8.
All right.
Just because.
So another one we're going to look at here real quick, and that I kind of want to show you as well is, so we've learned how to count like the physical numbers themselves, like the representation of the numbers themselves, so like the 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I want to show you how to count in in order when we're counting objects, because Japan uses a specific counting like numbers for counting as well.
I think we went over this before very lightly, but it's how I learned. I think, right?
Right. So I'm going
so
to
we don't use it. Go ahead.
I'm going to use, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but it's not going to be super difficult. So let me find, where's 8? You see 8 around
Right.
there?
It's right. You
Oh,
grab
okay,
that,
yep.
and then here.
Yep, there's 4. Good. And 9, and then 10. Okay. So now we're going to take and we're going to look at these here, and I'm going to show you how to count. And I'm going to show you the two ways to count things. So one of them is an easy way. The other is a difficult way, but you still need to learn the difficult way. Not because I'm an evil person, but because it's used in many other different forms of counting. So let me draw this out so you can see the character. So this is the character for objects, just small objects, and this character is ko. So because it is ko, it is very easy to remember because it's I ko, ni ko, san ko, yon ko, go ko, ro ko, nana ko, hachi ko, kyu ko, ju ko. So like if you were counting M&Ms in your hand, you would use this ikko, nikko, sanko, like that. Now,
Did you say shiko or yonko?
yonko.
So it's okay.
Now
'Cause-
there is a complete. Go ahead.
I was
No,
just
go
say I forget which one's. Is it Is it
Or it
always
can be
yon
she
and
or
nana
yon.
or she and chichi? I forget
So-
which pair together.
It's
So
4 and
4 is-
7.
Yeah, 4, 7.
Yeah, no. But you know how there's the two alternates, and
So
usually
4 is she or yon. Nana
Yeah.
is Nana Sichi.
But
correct?
isn't it
Yep.
like one of each usually goes together, and then
Right. It depends. It depends on what you're talking about. So, like, if you're doing like months, you're
Mm.
going to be using Shichi and Nana,
Yeah.
or Shichi instead of Nana, and Shi instead of Yon. But if you're counting like objects like coal like that, you're going to be using Yon and Nana more than anything. So you still need to learn it and realize that there's a slight difference, but you don't need to stress about it. If you were in conversation with someone and you said Shichiko instead of Nanako, they would know exactly what you're talking about.
So yon and nana normally go together.
There isn't a system in which you would say Nana in one and like Shi in the other, or Yon in one and Shichi in the other.
Okay.
They're kind of they're part of a set.
Yeah. No, I just couldn't remember which way the set went.
Okay, so there is a traditional Japanese way of counting. And it's still used, especially when it comes to people. Okay? And I have to teach you this because people still use this a lot. So the counting system is the tsu system. So 1 and 2 are completely different than what is it? Anything that you would know. Completely different. So this one here is totsu. This one here is futatsu. So hitotsu, futatsu. Now, look at number 3. Number 3 looks like what katakana?
Me.
And this one is mitsu. And then this one here is yotsu.
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 Yo.
And then this one here is itsu. Itsutsu.
Oh, double su.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes. So
Its-
hitotsu,
That
futatsu,
doesn't
mitsu,
happen
yotsu,
often,
itsu.
right? Itsutsu.
So hold on a second here. I am blanking. I want to say it's rotsu, but I feel like that's wrong. Something inside me, and wifey isn't home, so I can't. I'm gonna have to look this up real quick.
No phone a friend.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. I should have known this one. It's mutsu.
Mutsu.
So you have mutsu, nanatsu,
Okay.
so this is nanatsu, yatsu, notsu. I hate using the mouse here to draw. Kokonotsu. And this last one, 10, does not use tsu. It is just to.
what's 11 then?
So usually for this one here, it's just counting to 10. There isn't really a counter for 11. At least not one that I've heard people actually count, where like literally they'll go from to. So 11個, 12個, 13個, 14個after that.
So that was 9 was kokonosu.
Kokonotsu.
Not.
And then this one is just to.
Yeah.
Okay. New question.
Okay.
But why?
But why? This is the traditional Japanese way of counting.
Okay.
So when we learn to count people, we use this for just 1 and 2, but you don't use it for the other ones. You have hitori.
Okay.
Hitori means 1 person. Futari means 2 people. Then it's 3人, 4人, 5人, 6人, 7人, 8人, 9人, 10人.
I get why they have like a different thing for different kinds of things, but at the same time, I swear it's more complicated than in English.
Well, no, I mean, like, counting in Japanese is probably one of the most difficult things you can do, because there are so many different counters for things themselves. So we have tsu here like this, right? We had for, long cylindrical objects, which is hon. You have for, large, like, industrial objects, which is dai. You have for birds, counting any winged animal, is wa. And as a matter of fact, it's really funny because chickens and rabbits were usually butchered together. Rabbits are counted with wa, even to this very day. Which is interesting.
That's what I mean. It seems so much more complicated.
Right. So, and when it comes to animals themselves, if you're talking about large cattle animals, it's counted with to. So, like your pigs,
Again, I'll ask
sheep.
Lavitz's question. Why? Like for us, it's just like, one of these. It's the numbers don't change. It's just the object changes.
Right. But for like Japanese people, we have what words like they're called phrasal verbs. So you have words like get on as an example. Or here's an even better one. Okay? Explain take off to a Japanese person.
Well, it could be taking off a piece of clothing or something flying away.
Is that it?
They're the ones I can think of right now.
Right. But I mean, like, I think...
Or removing something.
Exactly. Like, you could also have it like removing length in your clothing, like shortening your jeans. You could have there's multiple different words that we use in English that is a pairing between a preposition and a verb that for most Japanese people makes absolutely no sense, because if you take itself, the word take, and then you have the word off, how does that mean that a flight is leaving?
Well, that's an abbreviation of like taking off the ground or something, right?
Right, but that take, if you're separating the words take and off from each other,
yeah,
how does that
take
make
does
sense?
Take does not mean any of these things you are using in the phrase. Sure.
And this is what I'm trying to explain, is that there are certain things inside language that make sense to us internally, and we notice them we don't notice them because they're just basically innately understood within us. That for somebody who is not a native speaker looks at that and is like, what? Like, what? This is one of those perfect examples of how certain things in English be like, but why? And how it works for other people learning English instead of people learning Japanese. So this is just one of those things in the Japanese language that is innately understood by Japanese people, that takes more time to learn, but is constantly used inside the language.
Okay.
So what is it? There's also like some of the traditional names for the months of the year follow some of these patterns here, because I think like the third month of the year is like Mitatsu, I think is what it's called. And it uses the same mi as this here, but there's like a bunch of other things. But I'm not trying to confuse you, but I'm just trying to say that this exists, and not to be afraid of it, but just realize that it does exist.
Okay.
And if you want to take a screenshot now of this so that you can you can have it to look at, this will definitely help you. Okay. And let me know when you're done, and we'll move on a little bit to do some more.
Yep.
You good, Lavitz?
Yeah, should be.
Okay. All right. Can you guys help me erase this real quick? But yeah, that's for counting things in Japan. Oh, here, I forgot to do this one here. So, the first day of the year is what is it? Is called Tsuitachi. That's the first day. Futsuka. So we learned futa. This is futsuka. Then you have mikka, yokka, itsutsuka. So is it muika, muika, nanaka. This is what is 8th day?
Ka doesn't like tie back to the kunyomi or the onyomi at all.
Right. Right, but this is used for this is yoka. Yoka.
Oh yeah, okay.
Kokonoka. Then you have toka. So, tsuitachi, futsuka, mikka, yokka, itsutsuka, muika, nanaka, yoka, kokonoka, toka. So this uses that same pattern for counting for counting the days of the month. And that's why I said that it's relevant, because you're going to you'll see this in Japanese used when people are talking about specific dates, like especially like if someone asks you when's your birthday. So tanjoubi wa itsu desu ka? So Lavitz, when is your birthday? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, sure. July.
July 6th?
Mhm.
So if you were to tell somebody, if you said, what is it, Rokuka, someone might look at you a little strange, be like, Rokuka. But Muika is for the 6th.
Okay.
So you said June 6th?
July.
July 6th. So it's the 7th month. So that's Shichigatsu Muika. So, Rabutsu-san wa tanjoubi wa itsu desu ka?
What was it again?
So, it's the 7th month.
Mhm.
And
Which is, yeah, I couldn't go. What was that?
Shichigatsu.
Okay, Shichigatsu. I can't say it. Shichigatsu.
Shichigatsu
Roku.
Mui
No.
Oh, Mui. And then what's the day?
ka.
Mui ha.
Ka.
Shichigatsu. Ka.
Mui ka.
Ka. Mui ka.
Try one more time.
Shichigatsu Mui ka.
So, Rabutsu-san wa tanjoubi wa itsu desu ka?
Shichigatsu Mui ka.
Very good. Now, Ellie, when is your birthday?
Mine's not that much different. 6th of Feb. So would that be Nigatsu Moika?
Very good. Very good. Now, I want you to ask me. So, you can say, what is it? Desperado Sensei wa tanjoubi itsu desu ka?
Desperado Sensei wa. What was it?
Tanjoubi.
Tanjoubi.
Is it Tanjobi?
Tanjoubi.
Did you say Hanjobi?
Ta.
Okay.
Tanjoubi.
Tanjobi desu ka? Yeah.
Itsu desu ka?
Itsu. Okay. Itsu.
Let's try.
Desperado Sensei Tanjobi itsu desu ka?
Mm-hmm. And Lavitz, why don't you ask the same question?
Desperado Sensei Tanjoubi itsu desu ka?
Okay. Tanjoubi wa 12月2日.
So is that October? I think it was 10.
Okay, let's try
Tenth
one more
month.
time. Listen really closely. 12月2日.
Oh, December.
Okay,
2nd.
that is correct. So you have 12月. Oh,
2.
lots of twos everywhere. All twos. Okay, there we go. So you have 12月2日.
So for the days of the week, so the 1 and 2, it's just, was it hitsu and futsu? Like you remove the to and the ta?
Right. So this is Tsuitachi. It has its own special name for the first of the month. Tsuitachi.
Suitachi.
Tsuitachi.
Suitachi.
Very good. And then for this here, this is Futsuka. And then the other ones follow the same strange pattern that I showed you before. So let's go over these one more time here. I know we're getting close to running out of time, but let's run over these one more time. That's 7, 8, and 9, and 10. So you have hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu, yotsu, itsutsu, mutsu, nanatsu, yatsu, kokunotsu, and to. So let's try and do like the first 3 here. Let's work on the first 3. So we have he, fu, and me.
Yeah.
So do you want to try?
For the traditional or the days?
Just the traditional for the first 3 numbers here.
Hitotsu, futatsu, and mitsu.
Very good. And Lavitz, I'm going to ask you 4, 5, and 6.
Accidentally closed out my page.
Yotsu, itsutsu, and mutsu.
Very good.
You got the screen cap saved. Can you send?
I'm just reading for what I wrote down.
You wrote it down. Got it.
Yeah. That way it sticks a bit better.
All right. And Lavitz, do you want to give 7, 8, and 9 a chance?
I don't have written down anymore.
Okay. So let's start with the first 3 then.
Okay. Yeah. Nope.
So
Higatsu.
hitotsu.
Or hitotsu. They have not been sticking.
Okay. So this is futatsu
Futatsu.
and mitsu.
Mitsu.
So try it one more time.
Man, sorry. Hitotsu.
Okay.
Yep.
Mitsu.
That's
No.
for 3.
3. Hitotsu. Oh man, I can't believe I remembered 1 and then
Fu?
you lost 2.
Fu.
Futatsu.
Very good. Futatsu.
And or
Mitsu.
Hitatsu.
Think of Mitsu.
Mitatsu.
Let's try it one more time.
Oh man. Sorry. Hitatsu.
Yep.
No. Okay.
Hitotsu.
Hitotsu. Fumitsu.
That's for 3.
Alright. Is that for, okay. I thought that was Mitsu. Oh yeah, okay. And then what's 2 then?
Fu.
Hitatsu. Futatsu.
Very good.
No. And then Mitatsu or Mitsu or
Mitsu.
Mitatsu. Mitsu.
Mitsu. Okay, try one more time. You can get this. I know you can.
Okay.
It's not a skillet.
It is a skillet today. Hey, just say them all one more time for me.
Hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu.
Hitotsu, Futatsu, and Mitsu.
Very good. Then you have yotsu, itsutsu, mutsu.
Yotsu, Itsutsu, Mitsu, or what was the last one?
Mutsu.
Mutsu.
Very good. Ellie, do you want to try do a 7, 8, and 9?
Where am I? Nanasu,
Very good.
Ayatsu, and Kokonotsu, which
Very-
is fun to say.
Very good. So, did you hear that, Lavitz?
Nanatsu and what was it? Kokonatsu?
So,
That's 9.
nanatsu
And
and then
Mhm.
yatsu,
Yatsu.
kokonotsu.
Kokonotsu.
Okay, try it again.
Nanatsu, Yatsu, and Kokonatsu.
Kokonotsu.
Notsu.
Kokonotsu.
Kokonotsu.
Very good. And then, do you remember what 10 is?
I do not, Tom.
Oh,
To. That is
Oh,
correct.
oh,
wait, ko or to?
Toe. T. Like your big toe.
oh.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
All right, so we're going to stop here for today, and when we come back, we are going to do some more Tay form, and I don't think we're ready to do a full review, but we're going to work on the kata, and we're going to also work on what is it? The last one of the last Tay forms that we learned, which is I think the connecting Tay form. So we're going to work on that, and then we'll do a full lesson review. But I want to thank everybody for coming out, and we hope to see you next week on Friday. Take care, and bye-bye.